Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, dear brothers and sisters, and welcome to clip number 29 of this month of Ramadan. In this clip, we're going to discuss verse 11 onwards from Surah Al-Ma'arij. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing for us the events that take place on the Day of Judgment, and how people who were very close to each other in this world, on the Day of Judgment, they in fact don't even want to see each other. They don't even care about each other. And these are relationships that are based on the wrong things. Imagine haram relationships. Imagine relationships with people come together to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's not always a relationship between the two genders. Sometimes it's a relationship, a business relationship, for example, right? But the basis of this business relationship is a basis that is not allowed. It is haram, for example. Or people come together, they plot against someone else in a family or in a community or whatever the case might be. These relationships will people come together, and the basis is a haram basis. The basis is a evil intention. These are the individuals on the Day of Judgment. They will not even care for one another. So this is what the verses of the Quran say. It says, on that day, these people will show up. وَلَا يَسْأَلُ حَمِيمٌ حَمِيمًا. No one is asking about his near or dear friend on that day. No one cares, because they have to worry about themselves on that day. And then the Quran says something very beautiful. He says, يُبَصَّرُونَهُمْ. On that day, they are shown to one another. What does this mean? Normally, when you don't ask about your friend, it's because you haven't run into them. Normally, it's because you didn't bump into each other, right? Or like you haven't seen each other in a long while, right? But the Quran says, on that day, we will make sure that their eyes meet. يُبَصَّرُونَهُمْ. And still, they don't care about one another. Still, يَوَدُّ الْمُجْرِمُ لَوْ يَفْتَدِي مِنْ عَذَابِ يَوْمَئِذٍ بِبَنِيهِ. The wrongdoer still is willing to give up anybody and everybody just to free himself of the punishment of that day. And then the verses continue, وَصَاحِبَتِهِ وَبَنِيهِ وَفَصِيلَتِهِ الَّتِي تُؤْوِيهِ. And these are the lines that we find at the beginning of Munajat of Imam Ali as well. So the lesson to take away from this is this, that you and I can never be in a position where we do something wrong, we do something evil because of somebody else. Because of somebody else's influence, because, if I don't do this sin, what will other people think? What will they say about me? How is things going to change? This is something you and I can't rely on. Because the same person that you disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for, on the Day of Judgment, he could care less who you are. On the Day of Judgment, he's not even going to care about what your situation is. You have to deal with whatever you did. You can't sit there and say, I did this because of this person. I did this because of that person. No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to look at you, and He's going to expect you to essentially have the answer to why you did things. You can't rely on other people. Those other people, وَلَا يَسْأَلُ حَمِيمٌ حَمِيمًا. They will not even care about you. And as the verses of the Quran say, people on that day, everyone will turn enemies of each other, إِلَّا الْمُتَّقِينَ, except those who are God-fearing. Why? Because these people will look at each other and say, it's your fault I did this. And the other one will say, no, it's your fault I did this. Because their relationship was based on evil intentions. Sometimes a haram relationship between genders. Sometimes, no, a business transaction that was haram. Sometimes they got together, they were whispering with each other, how are we going to break the heart of this person or break the heart of that person? And hundreds of other examples that you and I can think about. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He protects us from such a thing. Hopefully the series and the clips that we put out were beneficial, inshallah. Looking forward to the feedback from the brothers and sisters.